the one, the only, Ben Sion. Good evening and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Daily Double. Tonight we're doing Mesechus Pesachim Parakeh Mishnayos Tet and Yud. We're finishing Parakeh. Mishnah Tet states, Ketza told in Mafshid, and after they shech the Korban Pesach, they would have to skin it before they could roast it or put the emurim on the mizbeach. Onkel shal barzel yukum baksalim uvamudim. They had some hooks, metal hooks that were on the walls and on the pillars in the Azarash. Behen told in Mafshitin. They would hang the animal and they would skin it, right? You have to skin the animal before you can makar it as a korban and eat from it. There were so many people bringing the korban pesach at one time. They didn't have a place. There were no more hooks. They had extra wooden rods over there, wooden sticks. They would take the pole, they would put it over their shoulder, and their friend would stand next to them and put it on his shoulder. They would hang the animal over the pole, and they would skin it. Lezer Omer Arba Asar Shechalios B'Shabbos Mniach Yad Al Katzev Chavero V'Yad Chavero Al Kseifa V'Tolo Al Mafsher. Lezer says you can't do this on Shabbos, even though the Korban Pesach is brought on Yudal that falls out on Shabbos. Korban Pesach is Docha, the Shchita, and the Hakrova is Docha Shabbos. The roasting of it is not Docha Shabbos, we'll see. But you can't use it on Muksa on Shabbos. And therefore you have to use your hands. You put your hand on your friend's shoulder, he puts his hand on your shoulder, and you create like a pole, and you hang the animal over and you skin it. According to the Rabbanan, they disagree on Rabbi Lezer. They say that Ein Shvus B'Mikdash Muksa is not Asar in the base of Mikdash, and therefore you're allowed to use the wooden poles, and we hold like the Rabbanan Yud. Karo V'Hotzi Emurav. So you skinned it, and you took out the forbidden fats that are forbidden for you to eat, but you're supposed to put them on the mizbeach. Nastum magis, you put them in a bowl. You're supposed to mock them on the mizbeach. Even if it's on Shabbos. Yatsa kas rishona yashvala b'harabayas. Now, if it fell out on Shabbos, you're dalid. So the first group, I wish there were 3 groups that go to Shabbat Korban. The first group, they leave and they sit on the harabayas, which is basically, the mount, the temple mount. Which is not, I don't know exactly where it is practically if you go to the base to nowadays Yerushalayim, but it's basically the edge of where the base is made. Well, Shnia, maybe it's the Kotel Plaza, I don't know. Shnia Bechel, the second group when they leave, so they can't go to the Harabayas, that's full of these people, the first cut. So they go to between the Azara, the Ezras Nashim, and the Harabayas, right? A little behind the Ashlishis, Makomos Omed. The third one stays basically in the Azara or the Ezras Nashim because there's nowhere else to go. And they have to stay there because they need a place to stay. You can't bring your Korban Pesach to your house, first of all, because it might be outside. Even if you have an Eruv, right, there's no point in doing it because you can't roast it. It's not the Sliya is not Docha Shabbos. The Shchita and the Akrav is Docha Shabbos. The Sliya, roasting is not Docha Shabbos. Chashcha Yatzu Elu V'Salas B'Schayin. Then once it becomes dark, Motzei Shabbos, the night of Pesach, you go and you roast your Korban Pesach. I don't know if the Mishnah is talking exactly the reason why the Tzliya is not Docha. Maybe they talk in the next paragraph, but I do want to get into it. Why is the Shchita and Hakrava of the Korban Pesach Docha Shabbos, but the Tzliya is not Docha Korban Shabbos? I'll tell you an interesting fact about the Korban Pesach. There's actually 2 aspects to the Korban Pesach. Not just about eating the Korban Pesach. There's actually a halacha of a Korban Pesach. It's called a Korban Pesach or nothing. Otherwise, Hashem would just told you, take a piece, go to your butcher shop and take some lamb chops and eat them. There's obviously an idea of the Korban Pesach. We'll talk about that. Iyam Mitzion coming up next.